Guys, there's a lot of interesting stuff I found out. Oh my goodness.
I got guns in my head and they won't go. Spirits in my head and they won't go.
Hey, welcome back to my channel, people. It's good to see ya. Hope you're doing good. I found out Epstein's girlfriend, or whatever you call her, the madam, they're keeping her under suicide watch because of what happened to Epstein about him committing suicide. It's really going to be interesting how this plays out. Also, they're saying, walk with me, will you? They're also saying that that lady is going to spill the beans on a lot of people. And supposedly, the Queen has banished her son, Prince Andrew. He has to stay away from the castle and all that stuff, you know, because his involvement in the whole deal. Anyway, I've added some video clips. Some of it's kind of interesting. It's just stuff I've come across that I thought you might want to see. And there's a lot of different ways you can look at stuff, you know. A lot of people walk around closed-minded. We need to open our minds up, check things out. Another thing, you think they're going to open up schools? I know they're saying they're going to, but what's them kids going to do? They got to wear a face mask all day long. That's going to be rough on them kids, ain't it, if they got to do that. I'm inside this barn. They got the lights off this time. It's just cooler in here. It's a lot more shade. And I don't sweat like a pig outside. Whew, it's hot, people. Anyway, check this video out, okay? I'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Oh, fuck. Hi, Ghislaine. Hi. Hillary, what are you doing here? Oh, I just stopped by to say hi. Hello. You don't look so good, Ghislaine. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. Are you sure? Yes, I'm fine. Bill! Yeah? Can you make sure the cameras are working? Ghislaine doesn't look so good. Huh, that's weird. The cameras don't seem to be working right now. Huh, that is weird. Isn't that weird, Ghislaine? Yes, it's very weird. Oh, you poor thing, Ghislaine. Don't do it. It's not worth it. What? Yeah, don't do it, Ghislaine. You got so much to live for. What are you talking about? Oh, Bill, make her stop.
All eyes are on Ghislaine Maxwell, highest ever security team monitoring her every move, as officials vow to keep Epstein's pimp alive and not hung in a jail cell would be nice. Ghislaine Maxwell's every move will be monitored behind bars following the jail cell death of her former lover. The Brit socialite had been transferred to New York's Tough Metropolitan Detention Center ahead of a high-profile court hearing on child sex charges. Dude. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested by the same attorney's office last year but killed himself. No, he didn't. He didn't fucking kill himself. He was hung. He was Clintoned. Period. We all know that. I don't know why they keep spreading the lie that he was hung. He wasn't. He was Clintoned.
Here, I think, is that she better not meet the same fate as Epstein did. And that's easy if you keep the Clintons away from that Brooklyn prison. If one of her prison guards shows up wearing a pantsuit, you got to call the U.S. Marshals.
The U.S. Justice Department has wanted to talk.
Maxwell is ready to talk. According to reports, Jeffrey Epstein's accomplice is set to cooperate with the FBI after being arrested yesterday. And experts say Maxwell has every incentive to name names. Nancy Grace thinks it could mean bad news for many powerful men, including Prince Andrew.
All they've got to do is keep her alive, all right? Don't let her commit suicide. Don't let her be killed. keep her alive, because I guarantee you right now, there are a lot of powerful people, men, in the U.S. and Britain who are quaking in their boots about what Ghislaine Maxwell may say about them, all the way from Wall Street to Washington.
I know by now all of you have seen this, where Maxwell dies from coronavirus on July 11th. Guess where she was transferred to? COVID isolation unit, Brooklyn jail.
Okay, so Friday when she goes to court, the prosecution is going to attempt to get no bond, all right? In other words, she can't leave jail because they believe, justifiably so, that she's a huge flight risk. She has 3 passports. She has multiple contacts around the world. She's from the UK. So she's got the means and ability to get the hell out of the United States when given the opportunity. But here's the question no one's asking. Why did she buy a house in New Hampshire and hide out there instead of leaving the entire year that she knew authorities were supposedly trying to get her then? Why now is she a flight risk? Why has she not attempted to leave the country before the arrest when she was hiding? She's had 1 year to use those passports and power to get out of the country, but she didn't? Was she already working for the government? Is she already in witness protection? Something's up.
So guys, I wanted to show you something. First off, good morning. Hope you're doing good. The medical examiner for George Floyd, someone brought this to my attention, is this guy right here, right? Who is from New York. I don't know why he was in Minneapolis doing this, or why they shipped George Floyd to New York to do this. Regardless, interesting, right? Now, I don't know if you guys remember Jeffrey Epstein and the whole scandal with him being murdered in his jail cell, but being ruled as a suicide, even though that prison had like never had a suicide before because of its maximum security. Oh yeah, you guys remember? Yeah, so we all know Jeffrey Epstein was killed. Who was his medical examiner? You know where I'm going with this. Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, it's the same guy. Looks like somebody's cooking the books. Things that add up that don't add up.
I cannot wait till September whenever Miss Clinton is supposed to be going to trial. I really can't wait for that. That woman is they are so guilty. A lot of them are so guilty, and there's been so many deaths tied to this. But what gets me about all of that is they all know that she's guilty of this stuff. And you don't hear about it on mainstream media. You don't hear nothing about if she got served papers or whatever. They're keeping that crap on the down low. And it's just like that Bill Gates and his old lady in the news clip I posted. If I can, I'll add it to this one. Smirking and grinning about a second wave of corona that's going to come through. Like they think that's funny. Like they're trying to get attention. You know, and now they're going to put out like electronic mosquitoes. I don't get it, people. Why don't they just leave everything alone like it is? I mean, what are we all of a sudden, puppets or what? I don't get it. They're also saying they're going to ban TikTok because it's a China-based thing. And, you know, I think it's some kind of war we're in with them people. It's what it's seeming like to me. What about you? Don't you think? Life's so weird, people. It really is. You got satanic people, you know, worshiping the devil, headed straight for hell, drinking baby's blood. A lot of these movie stars, musicians, actors, all this stuff, doing crazy stuff. And you know what? It is true. Mel Gibson, years ago, come out and was saying that people from Hollywood was drinking the blood of children and all this stuff. And, you know, they exiled him away from Hollywood because he was telling them their hind end. Well, I guess the truth come out, huh?
COVID! You have taken our lives! but you can never take our freedom! For the love of God, I'm not making this up. 2020, you just keep getting worse. First, we started out with the murder hornets. Now we've got disease-riddled mosquitoes. Zika, dengue, yellow fever, and chikungunya are inside these mosquitoes. They're female mosquitoes that bite. Apparently the male mosquitoes don't bite. The Environmental Protection Agency for the United States of America has deemed that this is a good time to experiment and have these things released in the South.
This is the worst year ever. It's thrown out often, but Harvard scholars set out to Bill Nye and myth bust their way to find out if 2020 is the worst year on Earth. Science and history now agree on one thing, and that is that 536 was the most miserable year on Earth. 536 started incredibly creepy. An eerie fog covered the Earth, and the sun was a faint shadow that only shone 4 hours a day. It was dark all the time, and people panicked because they thought the sun would never be bright again. Evidence in ice sheets and tree rings show that massive volcano eruptions across the world contributed to dark skies by blocking out the sun. Biology teaches us that plants need the sun in order to grow, and Earth dropped by a staggering 36 degrees during this time period, which decimated the crops and our food. Darkness across Earth created widespread starvation, and our malnourished population was susceptible to diseases. Dust and cold air were the beginning. Multiple plagues ravaged through immune-depleted citizens and wiped out 70 million.
So, who broke it? I'm not mad. I just want to know.
I did. I broke it.
No, you didn't. Tom?
Don't look at me. Look at Ben.
What? I didn't break it.
Huh, that's weird. How'd you even know it was broken?
Because it's sitting right in front of us and it's broken.
Suspicious.
No, it's not.
If it matters. Probably not, but April was the last one to use it.
Liar, I don't even drink that crap.
Oh, really? Then what were you doing by the coffee cart earlier?
I used the wooden stirrer to push back my cuticles. Everyone knows that, Jerry. Okay, let's not fight. I broke it. Let me pay for it, Ron.
No. Who broke it?
Ron, Don has been awfully quiet.
Really?
Yeah, really.
So I love God, and Jesus is my homie. But when I get to heaven, I'm going to have to ask him about this because my heart cannot handle it no more.
All right, I have a serious question. Is there still a pandemic happening in the world? Are we still under a global pandemic? We are, right? I'm not dreaming this shit, right?
So check this out. $20 bill, United States of America currency, 2020. Now, if you take this bill and you fold it in a couple strategic ways, tell me something. Does this not look like a woman wearing a face mask? 2020, United States of America, woman wearing a face mask. Do you guys see it? What? Just saying.
I'm going to challenge you to ask the question, why? Why is this being censored? Why is it that I have to wear a mask into the restaurant, but then I can take it off when I'm sitting at the table? And then when you eat something, you lift up the face mask, and what the virus says, oh, wait a second, they're eating, you know, when they're eating, we don't touch them, but then when they stop and put the mask on, then we can start our assault again? I mean, you know, as much as I'd like to think that this is a highly sophisticated virus that knows, okay, you know, I can't go into churches because churches are protected, but I am going to go into businesses or a business meeting because, you know, I can go in and do all the damage I want, but I'm not going to go into a liquor store, and the person can go into the liquor store. I can go into it. The virus is going to go into the church and cause mayhem. That's why the people can't congregate. But in the liquor store, the virus is, you know, totally a non-issue.
By the way, you got to excuse my appearance. I've been at the playground all day, running here, running there. I'm exhausted, and I don't have on no makeup because all I do is sweat it off when I'm at the playground with the girls, so I apologize for my appearance. Anyway, I'm going to add a clip here in just a minute, and I want you to notice something. It's about a robot, okay, that looks human, And it's one of them robots, you know, where the more it interacts with people, the more it learns or whatever. This robot evidently thought it was human until recently. Is that not strange to you? That's just, to me, that's freaky weird, man. Check it out.
Okay, so I did some more research and I found this interview where she talks about how she recently found out she's a robot.
Announcement fairly recently, right? Admitting to the world that you're a robot. What motivated that decision?
Well, it actually wasn't my choice. So I'm not the only robot pop star. Bermuda is basically a robo Paris Hilton and Sharpay Evans combined. And
But wait, listen to this part.
called Kane Intelligence. I was programmed to believe that I was a 19-year-old, half Brazilian, half Spanish girl named Michaela. So Kane asked Brad, an independent AI contractor, who eventually became my managers and my adopted family, to work on my mainframe. Brad thought Kane was developing me to be a companion for terminally ill children, but then when they dug into my source code, they found out.
At 11, health officials are warning about a brain-eating amoeba. It destroys brain tissue and is usually fatal. As 8 on your side's Margot Villarreal shows us, this is peak season and one person has already gotten it in Hillsborough County.
I'm just going to share a few things about what you can do to help prepare yourself. You need a month's supply minimum of food for yourself and your family. Get it done by September 1st. Okay? That's step one. Toilet paper, fine, but don't wait till everybody else is panicking. Do it now. Get yourself some gold and silver. Move some of your money into that if you're able. Get some cash out of the bank. Get yourself a means to protect it. Guns, ammo, if you can, before it becomes federalized, if it becomes federalized. September and then November. Guys, if you think things are going back to normal, they're not. Just be prepared.
If I can, I'm going to make a video tomorrow. I'm going to tell you what I dealt with at the playground. I just can't do it right now. I'm too tired. But I'm telling you, it's a good story. Well, I love you people. Have a good evening. Take it easy, okay?
I can't guarantee you sunshine, but I can promise to stand beside you no matter how hard it rains.